One thing we haven't discussed yet is how important writing is. And I know when I finished my degree program, I was shocked. Number one, how I wasn't a great writer. And number two, how much writing was involved in instructional design. I mean, unless you're taking a completely technical route, which some people do, it's pretty shocking. So I think any tool that will help you make your work perfect, like a grammar tool, a spell checker, because when you create, let's say, writing for a manual or for e-learning, it often doesn't get checked well enough by other people on your team. Many instruction designers work alone, and many don't have, if they're on a team, they don't have funds for an editor. If you work for a publisher, you're going to have that. But it really is like working for a publisher. If you're working for a large organization, or I would freelance with a large hospital organization, like maybe 5, 6, 10,000 people could take your course. And if you have a few errors in it, it's just horrible. It
Yes.
just makes you feel awful when someone says, like 1 year later, "I noticed these 3 typos. Why didn't anyone say it first?" So
Right.
so it's really like you're working for a publisher, whether you are or not. That's how good and perfect your work needs to be. And when I'm teaching these instructional design classes in my community, that's one of the big things that people aren't aware of. Because I wasn't either. You have to be super detail oriented. You can get through an entire graduate program and not be detail oriented. The professors don't like get on your case for every little error. And so that to me is the number one thing. I would get a tool that finds your errors, that fixes your grammar and checks your spelling. And then you have to check, because sometimes they're wrong, the tools. So you have to check the tools, check what corrections. You can't just go through and say, yeah, correct it all. So that's one thing. For a habit, uh, it's related. It's just like you really have to triple check your work. If your portfolio is filled with, even has a few misspellings and links that don't work, forget it. I mean, they have 50 other people who have a perfect one, or a few people who have it. Really looks bad. As someone who now knows how to be detail oriented, and that was not natural for me, when I see it, I go, no, you can't have somebody who does sloppy work. So I think that's just super important. Probably you have to get somebody else to check your work because it's very hard to find your own mistakes. I can't find my own mistakes. I'll reread, and somebody will send me an email and say, "Oh, you have a typo here."
No. Yeah, that's true. I've noticed that as well.
And that's with, a Grammarly check, a word check, I don't know how it happens.